From the Detroit Free Press, it's Thursday, August 13th. Here are today's top stories. Brought to you by JB's Smokehouse, located inside Bush's Fresh Food Market of Canton. JB's offers a range of authentic barbecue favorites, and with more than 30 Michigan craft beers on tap, trivia, and live music every Friday night, JB's is sure to become your new favorite barbecue spot.
I'm Susan Tompor, and I'm a columnist with the Detroit Free Press. Just when you think the scammers would have run out of new ideas, along comes the termination scam. What? You haven't heard of the new phishing emails yet that declare you're fired? Experts say the fraudsters are emailing volumes and volumes of termination notices, all trying to get you to click on a link or unknowingly download some computer software so the crooks can later access your personal information. Last summer, you would have picked up on some layoff buzz. Now, though, you're working at home with the kids and maybe the dog. You might panic and click on that link. Don't do it. More than 80,000 fraud complaints relating to the pandemic were made so far this year to the Federal Trade Commission. Consumers lost $105.7 million to such scams nationwide. Sometimes it's $100 or $200. Sometimes it's far more. Stay on high alert and don't become a victim to the You're Fired scam.
This is Brian McCollum, music writer with the Detroit Free Press. A batch of recently unearthed tape reels from 1970 just led to a new release from Jack White's Third Man Records. The Stooges' infamous performance at Michigan's Goose Lake Rock Festival 50 years ago this month was the band's final show with original bassist Dave Alexander. For decades, the set lived only in memory and mythology, until Detroit native Joshua Rogers dug into the boxes of tapes stored in the family basement by his late father, a sound engineer. Those tapes, it turned out, contain recordings from Goose Lake, including that ill-fated performance by Iggy Pop and the Stooges. Rogers got the tapes into the hands of Third Man, which has been involved in several Stooges projects through the years. The label transferred the music and discovered the tape contained perhaps the cleanest live recording of a Stooges show from that era. While Iggy initially resisted because he was convinced the band had been a disaster that day, he eventually came aboard once he heard the recording. He was surprised by the quality and greenlit the release, which landed Friday on vinyl, disc, and streaming platforms.
This is Detroit Free Press auto critic Mark Phelan. The 2021 Chevy Tahoe SUV isn't just bigger than the old model. It's big enough to maintain social distance between the front and rear seats. But that's just the start of what's new. The spacious interior is also quieter and more comfortable, thanks to features like an independent rear suspension and optional air springs. The Tahoe, and its even bigger sibling, the Suburban, also get a 10-speed automatic transmission and a pair of V8s that can shut down cylinders to save fuel. Towing capacity is up to 8,400 pounds. The Tahoe can seat up to 9, but the top-of-the-line High Country model I tested had second-row captain seats that slide, tip, and fold to maximize cargo space and make it easy to get in and out of the third row. Other welcome features include pedestrian detection, automatic front and rear braking, and multiple cameras to make it easy to hook up a trailer or park. The 2021 Tahoe is on sale now.
This is Evan Petzold of the Free Press Sports Department. The Detroit Tigers lost 7-5 to the Chicago White Sox on Wednesday at Comerica Park, falling short in 2 of 3 games in the series and dropping 2 straight for a 9-7 record. The loss came at the hands of left-handed starter Matthew Boyd, who allowed 7 runs in 4 2/3 innings. He has a 10.42 ERA in 4 starts. But the Tigers are already feeling the void of first baseman C.J. Cron, who had 4 home runs and 8 RBIs in 13 games before a knee injury in Monday's contest. Cron was removed with a damaged ligament in his left knee, placed on the 10-day injured list, and said Wednesday he will need surgery. When he tried to field a hard-hit ground ball, his knee buckled, and then his kneecap popped out of place. As for surgery, Cron isn't sure when he will have the procedure. He believes he might be able to rehab his knee by giving it enough support, by eliminating the swelling and stabilizing it, to finish the 60-game season before surgery. Returning to the field, however, could come with consequences. But if Cron, who will be a free agent this offseason, decides to have the surgery now, he won't return this year and might not be healthy for spring training in February.
For more stories from the Detroit Free Press, be sure to check out freep.com. That's FREEP.com. If you're a fan and want to support our quality local journalism, subscribe. Go to freep.com/special offer.